and Mike were on set.
I was running out of slime, and I remember I was like, oh, man, we're out of it. And I called Greg up. Greg, get in the rent-a-car, bring me 10 gallons of ultra slime.
We need 10 gallons of black slime right away. It's imperative. And I make a turn,
And the lids weren't on.
and I hear this weird sound, and then I look down, and this wave of black slime comes up underneath my feet.
Looks down, and his feet are submerged in slime.
My feet were sliding off of the brake and off the gas because it was slime. So both 5-gallon buckets spilled.
He pulls up. He's like, Howard, I'm here. I'm like, thank God. He's like, no, the buckets fell over. The car's filled. I'm like, oh, shit.
There was black slime everywhere. There was 4 inches of black tinted ultra slime and methocel in the car.
So Greg and I pull the buckets out, and we're laughing our asses off. And we're just slomping this crap back in. The whole inside of the car covered in ultra slime.
I had to go to production and say, I think I ruined one of the production vehicles. We had only done a couple movies at this point, so we were kind of making this stuff up as we went along. I was sculpting appliances. Howard was sculpting appliances. Everett was sculpting appliances. Everett made a cast of Zeke's leg. We had his big rubber leg. When he gets attacked by the blob and the leg goes up, and then he gets pulled straight down. For the shot where Jeremy Green gets engulfed by the blob, we literally tilted the raft sideways.
So we had the raft up like this.
And we were pumping the black sludge over her head. So she turns, and as she looks at camera, the illusion is that the stuff has come up over her face.
And we did this thing where the tentacles like go up into her face and all that stuff. We sculpted appliances that we put on the Jeremy. We put goo tubes in, and we put all these hot melt vinyl tentacles into her face, just weaved them in and out.
Then we took a skeleton and we laid that on a piece of latex, and we poured polyfoam over that. And you see the skeleton moving in the water. It looks like the people are being dissolved by the monster.
But the big thing was at the end when the one kid comes up on the lake and on the shore.
We built a PVC frame that was like a tripwire frame. And we just attached a big giant square section of the blob to it so that when you tripped it, the whole thing would flip up.
It was literally like a convertible top.
So we wet it down and covered it with slime.
I beat you!
And it looks like it's coming over camera.
Obviously, if we were to do that today, that thing would have been digital 100% and have a lot of fluidity to it and, a lot of different things. But at the time, everything was very low tech because we didn't have the time and no money whatsoever. I'm sure people will watch this and go, boy, that looks just like a garbage bag. But at the time, it worked out fine. People were like, ooh, that's kind of cool. After we wrapped on the raft, we moved to Maine, did the Creep episode that opens the movie. And originally, Ed French was cast to play it. When he left the project, obviously the Creep was wide open. So they said, how about Tom Savini?
I think that Tom was flattered to be asked to play the part. And the makeup that Everett designed is great.
And Everett Burrell basically designed it based on the artwork that was done by Bernie Wrightson. It was all big makeup.
Howard, you did a great job on the hands, man.
There were hand appliances. And then we bald capped them. There was a back of the head piece. There was a neck, forehead, nose, cheeks, chin, and upper lip. And we glued all that down, and Everett pre-painted it and all. It was really beautiful. We applied it once. It was a 6-hour makeup. We started at midnight. It was ready at 6 in the morning.
And, the one thing about Tom is he's so theatrical. He really knows how to bring a makeup to life. I mean, it's really about performance, and Tom really brought that character to life.
I never seen anyone so impatient, Billy, as if your life depended on getting the first copy off the presses.
I mean, it would have been nice to see more of him in the movie, because you only see him briefly.
Tom was wonderful, and that makeup went really, really great, and we were really happy. And then we moved on to the hitchhiker sequence.
I think we've got time for one more creepy concoction, our last morbid masterpiece, which I call the hitchhiker.
The hitchhiker was the last segment we shot, so we flew to Bangor. I mean, part of the reason we shot there was because, of course, it's King's hometown. They had promised Steve that we would shoot some of it in his town. Howard was really responsible for the design of the hitchhiker makeups.
How you doing, lady? Thanks. Thanks for the ride.
I think I designed like 6 stages of makeup on Tom Wright. This actor, I life cast him, and then made, 6 busts of him, and then sculpted all the makeups. It took me, I don't know, between an hour to 2 hours to do Tom's makeups every day. And sometimes there'd be switches midday. And he was great. He was really amenable. I mean, I had to put contact lenses in his eyes, which were these big, giant sclerals, which cover your entire eye. They were all yellow and hemorrhaged and crazy.
Oh, man. That was some rough crack. Ooh, I don't want to see no more of that shit. No more. Hey, how my eyes look? I can go to work, Ray. God damn. I'm blind! I'm blind!
And, right out of the gate, Tom Wright and I hit it off. I just love the guy.
You look fucking disgusting, man. Get that tongue out of my face.
That was actually the first time I had done a makeup on an African-American actor. And it's really hard.
All right, and this is Larry Berger.
They have a tremendous amount of red in their skin. And it was difficult to finally figure out how much red I had to put into that makeup to match Tom's skin tone, but yet over-red it. Foam is a very dense material, and when light hits it, it doesn't look realistic, like flesh. It just absorbs the light and stops there, and it can be really gray. So it was interesting to find the right colors to use. I think we did it in sequence. And, it started off subtle, like cracked forehead. And then got bigger, bigger, bigger until we got to all these different appliances.
He gets, bashed so many times at the car. By the time you see him later, it could have been a piece of hamburger. That sequence wasn't really a lot of gags. It was all makeup stuff. I was responsible for building all the dummies that she runs over, which she runs over 50 times.
I got you! I got you!
So we made a fully jointed dummy that actually had stops on it so it wouldn't bend both ways. That was really what I was most responsible for.
The worst part of it was all nights.
All shot in the middle of the night, just torturous. Really, really crazy. Weather was a problem because it was snowing.
It was bloody freezing. Having to deal with blood and your hands were freezing up.
Well, welcome to my makeup room. Yay!
We'd come in the mornings and my makeup trailer was frozen.